What's poppin', guys? It's your boy, and I just woke up from a beautiful, much needed nap. So today I want to talk to you about something that I actually been thinking about a good bit now. If you have a Nintendo Switch, this is something that I feel like everybody will agree with. Does every single human being have to agree with this? No, but I feel like this is something that everybody has thought at some point in their time of owning a Nintendo Switch for about the past time that it's been out. Let me go ahead and get this out right now. I feel like the Switch is one of the best things that Nintendo has ever created. Like they said when they first unveiled the Switch, it is a mixture of every single thing they've ever created ever in their lifetime. I do not think it is horrible. I do not think it is bad at all. I feel no spite towards the Switch whatsoever. So number one, we just got the release of Wii Sports for Switch, right? Does anyone feel like we should have already had that? Like this should have already been a thing that was on the Switch off rip. Like this is something that we should have had day one. If anyone remembers when the Switch first came out, it was only 3 games that were out, which is 1-2 Switch, Super Mario Odyssey, if I'm not mistaken, it was Super Mario Odyssey, and Breath of the Wild. Those were the 3 main games that were out for the Switch for damn near, realistically, like the good 5 months of its release. That were the best playable games on the Switch. This should have been the game we got on release. We should have got this on release. We should have gotten a Legend of Zelda game, a Pokemon game, a Mario game, at least 2 or 3 Mario games in a remake of a Mario game. But instead, now, a couple of years, not even a couple, a bunch of years later, we're finally getting Nintendo Switch Sports. And there is nothing wrong with it. Trust me, I love the way it looks. It looks awesome. It looks amazing. And it's only $40. Like it's a really good. Do not get me twisted. I absolutely adore it. But that does not change the fact that it is something that I feel like we should have already had. Also, here's another thing. I feel like the ability to port over other games should have been something that was obvious and known off rip, like immediately. For example, Super Mario 64 or anything that was like on the GameCube and back, those should have been options that we had at the beginning of the Switch's release. Now, maybe not all the games. Like I like how they're doing it now, how they're bringing more games in. Like slowly but surely, we're getting more games. That doesn't make up for the fact that for a good chunk of the time that the Switch came out, we had nothing but Breath of the Wild 2 to play. So when you were done with Breath of the Wild, your Switch is just sitting there. Number 2 is something that I think that we should have already had is themes. Now, I know a lot of people feel that way may feel this way too. Nintendo is gonna do it the way that they did the DS and then the DS Lite, the new DS XL, and basically they're going to, here's our base model Switch. Okay, cool. And now here's our light model Switch. Okay, we've gotten that. Now, here's our prototype Switch Pro. And we're like, what the fuck is this? All it is OLED. That's it. You're not going to give us anything else. Maybe a slightly bigger screen. That's really all we get. Yep, that's all you get. Okay, now let's skip past maybe 2 years from now. We're going to get another Switch. And it's going to be the Switch XL or some shit. Or it's going to be the extra large Switch. Or the Switch back. Or Snap That Smiles Back. Goldfish or some shit like that. You already know what's about to happen. You already know what's about to go down. They're gonna make a Switch Pro at some point, and I truly do believe it, but it ain't gonna be called the Pro. Alright, it's gonna have some completely different name that's gonna be 100% out of fucking pocket, where everybody's gonna go spend money on that. And then they're gonna come out with themes once everybody buys that version, and they're gonna rock that shit until they think of their new system. Or they're gonna come out with one more perfected version. Because you know there was the new Nintendo DS, and then there was the new Nintendo DS XL. So you already know how they're gonna do. And we're not going to get themes until one of those 2 come out when it comes for the new Switch. And it sucks because, man, themes on the Switch, those should have been something like maybe 5 months in, we should have got themes for Switch. And then for each new game that came out, they could have made a theme for each one or something like that. It would have been so fucking cool. Or maybe you can create your own theme, right? That would have been so fire. And only you can see your theme. So that way it's not like, you can share your theme online And if it was, you know, accepted by Nintendo, then you could share it, you know, or you could like maybe import pictures. No, I mean, you know, you could take pictures on these screenshots of your games. Maybe you could have a screenshot from one of your games as your theme on the back of the. It's just so much shit that you can do. Like literally, if you put in like your SD card and you put a card, like let's say if you have a picture of your wife or something or your dog and you want that as your background theme, you literally put it on your SD card, put it on the Switch, and boom, there it is. Now you have a picture of your dog as your theme. There's so many abilities and ideas that can be done with that one thought process, and it's just something that I feel like is not getting utilized perfectly. All right, and number 3, which is the biggest motherfucking snake in the room, right? Nintendo itself has been doing really good with adding indie games, and this kind of goes with the first point, something that I feel like that should be said under this circumstance. Nintendo is not the only one who has a competitor for the Switch anymore. Okay, you're not the only one with a Switch now. Like Steam literally has Steam Deck, bro. Razer is literally working on some shit like this, man. Like mobile phones has had the ability to be portable all this time. You can download emulators on your phone. Like you gotta bring something to the table that's gonna shine harder than all that, and they did with the Switch, right? They did take the motherfucking controllers out. You hear this little sound? Beautiful, awesome, amazing, fucking cool. There's nothing wrong with it. I have no problem at all with any of this, right? My only problem is now that there are starting to be competitors and there are other people, the Switch is staying the same, but the world is still growing. We're still getting good games and cool games for the Switch. Pokemon, Breath of the Wild 2, Kirby, some free-to-play games, Yu-Gi-Oh, we got, you know, Super Animal Royale, fucking Fortnite, for God's sake, Pokemon Unite. All these games that are coming out, your base system is still staying the same. And that doesn't mean that you gotta sit here and come out with a new system every 3 years, right? But here's my thing. You gotta give people more than just expensive titles to make a system. Everybody else, hear me out and you know, let me hear your opinion. When the Switch first dropped, or even now, if you have nothing to play on your Switch, but you have a completely different system or maybe something else like a laptop or something or a computer, how often are you actually touching your Switch unless you're playing a specific game? Meaning, if you're hopping on your Switch just to play Pokemon Unite, are you hopping on your Switch just to play Pokemon Unite because you don't have a phone that can play Pokemon Unite? Or are you playing Pokemon Unite on your Switch because it feels best to play Pokemon Unite on your Switch? Are you hopping on your Switch just to play Monster Hunter and only Monster Hunter type things? Or are you getting on your Switch to play multiple things? Like, oh, I want to go play Xenoverse. Okay, cool, awesome. I want to go play Xenoblade. All right, cool. That's what's up. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I want to go play Apex. You have a laptop. Why are you not playing Apex on your laptop? You're right. Boom. Now you go play Apex on your laptop, and guess what? It's 5 times better. Boom. Now you don't need it for the Switch no more. You know what I'm saying? I really don't want the Switch to get left behind in the world, because the way that shit looks like it's going, the Switch has to upgrade in order to stay relevant. And I'm not saying that the Switch is bad. It's not. I love my Switch. I literally just got done playing that son of a bitch. That does not mean that things aren't going to change in the future, and Nintendo knows how to upgrade with the times, but I don't feel like they do it at the right time. They came out with the Switch, and then everybody was like, holy fuck, the Switch is the shit, oh my god. And then PS5, Xbox One Xbox came out, and niggas was like, oh my god, this is it. Like, fuck Switch, we going straight. Like, PS1, the PS5s are still sold out till this day, fam. Come on, man. Like, really think about that. Till this day, since the PS5 has dropped, it is still damn near impossible to get one. And the Switch, you can buy a dime a fucking dozen, realistically. It just blows my mind, and that's crazy. That is really crazy, and Nintendo has to upgrade. I'm not roasting Nintendo. I'm not saying that they're ass. No, I fucking love you, Nintendo. I love you. I have no problems with you whatsoever, but at some point, they know when, but they're gonna have to hit that upgrade button. And I'm very excited and hyped for when they actually do it. That's all I guess I'm saying. But let me know what y'all think. What is y'all's problems with the Switch? What do y'all like about the Switch? I need to know. Like, I want to know what everybody feels about the shit, right? Didn't make this video to roast Nintendo again. I made it just because it was on my mind, and I thought it was some good talk fodder. So let me know what y'all think in the comments. What games are y'all excited for on Switch? Let me hear what's going on with y'all, you know, in y'all's usual days. And, you know, until next time, I hope you guys have yourselves a damn good one. Take care.